We're back in Linton Bay at the marina this time, getting prepared for the big crossing to the Pacific, going through the canal and all that stuff. And over the past few months, our chain has been getting worse. Worse. It started off at the end of the Bahamas, just sort of jumping a little bit, kind of just hopping out of the gypsy, like the chain link, individual link would just kind of hop a little bit. It wasn't a big deal. But we did ask when we were in Florida, why would our chain be hopping in the gypsy? And turns out nobody really could tell us why. We serviced the windlass, we re-greased everything, we didn't over-grease anything, we did some research online, couldn't come up with a solid answer, but we thought, oh well, we'll continue on. Well, the past month it's gotten way worse, like way worse. It's literally gotten to the point where it jumps out of the gypsy completely off the track. That's pretty dangerous. And it kind of bulks up or like loads up where the chain falls down. It's supposed to go down in the chain locker and just kind of makes this rat's nest because it's jumping so much. So when we were anchored with our friends Rufus and Kate the other day in San Blas, we were talking to them about our chain issues and they said, oh, it sounds like your chain's going bad. Duh! Our chain's 10 years old. It's flaking and rusting everywhere every time we bring it up and let it out. So we are hoping that it is just the fact that our chain is old. So the other day, we hired a car to take us all over to Panama City, about an hour and a half. We found some chain, $1,440 for 250 feet of chain. I thought we were gonna get just reamed by prices, but it turns out it's not that much. It was actually cheaper than West Marine. Yeah, that's what it was. I looked it up on West Marine. Not that they're cheap by any means. Anyway, got new chain, G4, the really strong stuff, 250 feet because we've been told that the anchorages are really deep in the South Pacific. So I'm excited. It's nice to have new chain and I really hope this fixes our problem. And today, we are here in Linton Bay Marina, gonna get it sorted out. It's gonna work.
We've never replaced a chain before, so this is not a how-to. It's more of a, this is what we did. The first task is to get the anchor and the old chain off of the boat and onto the dock.
Before we go any further, I figure it's a good idea to tie the anchor off, just in case it decides to go for a swim. So here's the old chain. There's the new chain. Obviously it's way prettier. It's probably the nicest looking thing on our boat at the moment. But this one here, I can see that it's flaking. There's all these pieces just falling off. And that's what we could see in the locker that holds the windlass. Just flakes. So I borrowed some caliper. I borrowed a caliper. And when I put it to this chain, let's see, here's a link. 9.36 millimeters. Now we actually have 3/8 chain, so I'm not going to try to do this conversion. It's just 9.36 is the old one. And the new one is 10.1, something like that. So the idea is, and what we're hoping is, the fact that this chain is worn away is causing it to not fit in the gypsy, right? And now the new chain will fit in just perfectly, and the gypsy will grab each of these links and pull it through, keep it from jumping. That's what we're hoping anyway. Next up, I gotta liberate the anchor, which is a job best done with gloves. Trust me, all this little pokey wire is very pokey. Swivels off, shackles off, more seizing wire. Yep, still more seizing wire. This is a pain in the butt job. All right, unscrew the swivel, finally, hooray! And I decide to inspect it, get out the pen, you know, just generally checking it all out. right, I'm not gonna lie, this chain is heavy. So I'm putting it directly into the cart to save myself the trip of putting it on the dock and then moving it to the cart. But notice I'm not putting it in the bucket. Yeah, the bucket would put way too much weight on this cart, so I'm flaking it, hopefully, so the cart doesn't die or we pop a tire on the way back to the marina office. All right, that's the rope.
Got it?
The line. A little more just in case. That's good. This next task is like crazy easy if you have the right tools, like an electric disc cutter or a massive pair of bolt cutters, like one's 3 times the size of mine. This took me about 30 minutes. Yup, 30 minutes.
That might be an exaggeration. How was that?
Pretty rough with a small bolt cutter, but still plenty of life left in this chain. Just does not work with an electric windlass. Whew, I'm out of breath. So this line is spliced directly into the chain. So temporarily, just to get this chain on board, we're gonna attach the shackle. And once we figure out how to splice or find somebody who's a professional splicer, we can then cut this and splice this into the new chain. So this is just temporary. I do not recommend this, but I do need to tighten it, just in case.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Okay,
Good?
bring it up. This chain is heavy.
Okay.
What was it, 400 pounds?
Clearly, I'm doing all the heavy lifting here. And that new chain is running through like butter.
Stop. We are getting close, people. Easy as pie, right? Using a little Teflon tape to help seat the swivel. That little collar thing has to go through the chain before I put it in that bed. Seizing wire. More seizing wire. Got all the pokey bits taken care of. Now, this swivel. Nice and tight. No seizing wire. Ready?
Ready?
Yep. Okay, slowly. Okay. That's it. So the chain went on just fine. Straight up the gypsy, down, up a couple times, but we won't really know until we're out at anchor because nothing tests better than real world tests. Does that make sense?
Real world use?
Real world use, yeah. I mean, we could drop it into the ground here and pull it up, but we're not going anywhere. So everything changes when there's current, wind, and you're pulling up the chain. So we'll know then.
For now, it's looking good.
Looking good. Money well spent either way.
But we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll report back.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Oh, is this the end?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
See you.
You've earned yourself a beer.
Yay! Cerveza!
Now that we've got our new chain, we are Pacific Ocean ready, which means the canal crossing is coming up. So stay tuned. Oh, and make sure and leave us a comment down below. Give us a thumbs up. And if you have not hit that subscribe button yet, make sure and do so.